Every school refusal article popping up right now says basically the same thing. Watch for the warning signs, homework that takes hours, a kid who holds it together all day at school and then falls apart the second they walk through the door at home, stomach aches on Sunday nights, avoidance that looks like defiance but isn't. And look, that's not bad advice. Those are real signs. And if you're seeing them, trust yourself. You're not imagining it. You're not overreacting. But here's what I've noticed about every one of those articles. They're all building up to the same conclusion. How do we get your kid back in that building? Gently, kindly, with compassion, but back in. Better strategies, better communication, better compliance. Nobody's asking the other question. What if we didn't? I know how that sounds. Like I just handed your kid a permission slip to run the show. So let's deal with that. Because I think it's the real thing sitting beneath all of this for a lot of you. We're raised to believe that parents make the decisions, kids don't know best, and if we just let them opt out of things, we're not doing our job. And I don't think that's actually the choice in front of you. A kid who's had stomach aches for weeks, who's begging, who's crying at drop-off. That's not a kid making a lifestyle preference. That's a kid handing you some information, real information, about a real environment that isn't working for them right now. Listening to that isn't the same as letting them run the household. It's just taking the data seriously instead of arguing with it. You don't have to have this all figured out today. You just have to be willing to ask a different question than the one every article is asking you. I'm Sue Patterson, and I've been having this exact conversation with parents for about 30 years now. And I'll be honest with you about something, because I'd rather you hear it from me than wonder about it later. My world uses the word unschooling a lot. And if that word makes you bristle a little, you're not alone. And you don't even have to use it yourself. You can use it online to go find what actually fits your family. It's really just shorthand for a more individualized modern approach to homeschooling, as opposed to the version where you basically copy school and bring it home, worksheets and all. Yes, it's the familiar approach, but a plan that wasn't working in school isn't going to work at your house either. Stay with me. I get it. I'm not asking you to adopt a new identity. I'm asking you to keep listening for the next few minutes. You don't have to trade one PTA for another. You're not signing up to become part of a movement or adopt a philosophy or turn it into a vision of yourself that you don't even recognize. You just get to build something that actually works for the kid in front of you. I know that because I was exactly where you are. I was a mainstream mom, suburban, Episcopalian, the whole picture. The homeschoolers I knew back then were either deeply religious in a way that didn't match us, or they were just a little more out there. I won't bore you with the details, but I remember very clearly not wanting to become one of them. And then I looked at my kid, and they were miserable. And I had to get honest with myself about which mattered more, protecting an identity that I didn't even fully sign up for, or actually helping this one specific child. So I didn't join anything. I just started picking brains. I found people who'd done it and asked 100 questions. And I told myself, how hard can second grade be? We'll try it till it doesn't work anymore. They'll always take us back. And that's it. That was the whole plan. Not a philosophy, not a 5-year vision. Just let's try this instead of that and see what happens. 30 years and 3 grown kids later, none of the doors I was afraid of closing ever did. So if you're standing where I was standing, not sure if this is even real, not sure you're the type, just keep looking at your child who's struggling and wondering if there's something else that could work. I would love to talk with you. Not a program, not a sales pitch, a phone call, mom to mom. You tell me what's going on with your kid, and I tell you what I actually think. That's it. I'll put the link in the show notes. And this isn't the last conversation that I want to have with you. Over the next few weeks, I want to get to what comes after that decision. How to do this without getting swallowed up by fear or by all the marketing that tells you you need to buy 15 curriculums before you even get started. Just mom to mom. No hype, no overwhelm. So hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening or watching and check back with me. I've got some ideas for conversations that I think are really going to help you. But before I let you go, I want to leave you with something someone left with me 30 years ago. Back then, homeschooling parents found each other on AOL message boards. If you don't even know what that is, that's okay. That probably just means I'm closer to your mom's age than yours. But stick with me, because this is still worth hearing all these decades later. There was a woman on one of those message boards named Mara. I never met her. I'm not even sure what her last name was. But she wrote something once that I have carried with me all this time. She said, I was standing on a cliff looking out. We couldn't go back. So I tucked each of my kids under my arms and jumped. Who knew? I had wings. You already know what's behind you. That's why you're here. You're standing at the edge of something. So don't stare at what you're leaving. Look at the view. There's so much more out there than you can see from where you're standing right now. You don't have to do this alone. We'll talk again soon.